Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Welcome to Our Region's Business with your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, we're on location on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University. Well, more particularly at the newest addition to campus, Scott Hall. Scott Hall is the home of the Wilton E. Scott Institute for Energy Innovation, and it's really helping to put our region on the global map when it comes to a revolution in energy. You see, we're at the epicenter of enormous fossil fuel reserves, coal and natural gas. And research here at CMU is on the cutting edge of things like energy storage, renewables, smart grid, and even green building. We're here today because of CMU's inaugural Energy Week, which weaves together all these trends. Dr. Subra Suresh, the president of Carnegie Mellon, kicked off the week on March 14th.
Energy is very much at the nexus of technology on the one hand, human behavior, human condition, human aspirations, policies, and of course, government regulations, bureaucracy, and all of this combined. And that's what makes it such a rich topic. That's what makes it such an exciting topic. And Carnegie Mellon has so much to offer.
CMU is out to make this university and our region a real leader in solving the big challenges when it comes to energy. Today we'll see how new approaches to energy are making buildings more efficient and even healthier, and remaking cities at the same time. Plus, we'll find out how an energy storage solution invented here at CMU may one day revolutionize the way the electric grid works. But first, a bit more about the Scott Institute, what sets it apart, and just why it made sense to create it right here in our region. Dr. Jared Cohen's back with us. The former president of CMU is now the director of the Scott Institute, and welcome.
Thank you, Bill.
I guess actually I should say thank you for hosting us here at brand new Scott Hall.
Thanks for coming. We're thrilled to have you. We just moved in 3 or 4 weeks ago, and you're the first guest.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you very much. And now the Scott Institute is one floor of this building.
That's right. We, the Scott Institute, occupy one floor, but we share the building with our biomedical department and a big nanotechnology facility. The leadership is based here. We've got laboratories, which are actually still being worked on, which are very important to us. We have what's so-called dry lab, where we're doing computer-based work on energy systems, and a wet lab, where we've got 4 faculty who share interest in thermal conductivity, basically making better solar panels, fuel cells, that kind of thing. And our master's program in energy science and technology policy has been relocated to this floor. So there's a lot of interest and importance going on here.
So you need a floor, and that's great. You need offices for the Institute, but a lot of the activity that's tied into all of this is happening all over campus,
Oh,
is
absolutely,
it not?
absolutely. In fact, 99% of it is happening elsewhere. The Scott Institute, by design from the very beginning, was not intended to be a major physical thing itself, but rather an entity that would help to coordinate and help faculty and students find each other to collaborate, rather than doing it inside the Scott Institute.
You know, energy's a crowded space, even in the academic world, many universities playing in this. What did you think in creating the Scott Institute that Carnegie Mellon really brings to the table that maybe some other universities can't or don't?
Yeah, that was a key question that we had to answer for ourselves. What makes us distinctive? And in answering the question, we took 2 things into account. What is it that Carnegie Mellon does well and better than we think other universities do? And what's special about this region? And so we wanted to take advantage of our location as well. And that led us to a few things. So top of the list, no surprise given where we are, shale gas. We are a major center for shale gas production, and it raises many issues, opportunities as well.
Sure, epicenter, one of the largest natural gas reserves in the world, smack dab here.
We are the Riyadh of shale gas, in my view. So we work on many different aspects of it, especially water impacts and air impacts, as well as new technologies to make it even better. So that's one. We also recognize that one of the things Carnegie Mellon is especially good at is putting together disciplines, many different disciplines, collaborating together. And we chose then 2 or 3 areas that take advantage of that. One is the building efficiency area, which I know you're going to be exploring further later. And here we want to bring together our architects who have been working on green buildings for many, many decades with others around the institution that work on sensors for buildings, how you link sensors to energy systems inside buildings, our computer scientists to analyze the big data sets that are now being collected by those sensors in buildings, as well as our behavioral scientists who work on how people react to buildings and the messages they get from sensor systems. We think we have a real contribution there. And other areas that have that kind of flavor, where we can combine technology with policy and design and produce something really important.
As the world population keeps growing and demand for energy keeps growing along with it, I mean, these issues are really at the heart of how the world's going to navigate the next several decades.
Absolutely. Energy, of course, is fundamentally important to every aspect of our lives, and as you said, it's just going to get more important and bigger. The other thing is, we know that energy and climate, those two words, really cannot be separated. If you want to do something about our impacts on climate change, you've got to deal with the energy system. One thing I believe that almost everybody who studied the matter agrees with is we have to move towards a lower carbon energy future. No one knows what that future looks like, nor do we know when we have to get there, but we know that is what the future holds. That's another area that we've chosen, we the Scott Institute, to focus on, bringing together technology and policy people to think about what that future looks like and how we get there.
We're here today, actually, as you're doing Energy Week, when we're recording this interview. What do you really hope that sort of attention that the university is providing to this issue with that sort of a week is going to accomplish?
We want to do two things. One is shine a light on what Carnegie Mellon is doing so that the people of this region and beyond can see it. And the other is to raise the visibility of the Scott Institute, Carnegie Mellon, and Pittsburgh in this area.
Well, it's great. It's great to see this kind of cutting-edge thinking happening here in our region. Dr. Jerry Cohen from Carnegie Mellon and the Scott Institute. Thank you so much. Really
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for being here.
And next up, energy storage and why it's going to be critical to the electric grid of the future. Stay with us.